Welcome back, you degenerates, to the number one fantasy football podcast in the world. I'm your host, Mike, and my dear friend, Billy Wilson.
What's up, Mike?
How you doing?
I'm good.
We're back from golf from yesterday.
Yeah.
Joe Doreen didn't show up. He owes me $90 now. How you doing, Joe Doreen?
Paid for no one, but owe you $90. Nice. Doing swell. I think we could just put the intro on loop since it's the same thing every time.
Might as well.
Welcome back, you degenerates, to my not friend, Billy Wilson and Joe Green.
It's all right. I almost beat you in golf this weekend.
So he says.
6 strokes ain't too bad.
Yeah, almost. Keyword is almost. I almost won the lottery, too. This week, we're talking about wide receivers. We're going to go through our first half. We're going to go through 1 through 36. This is basically wide receiver 3. We're going to end that for us. So, kick us off. Billy.
Yep. PPR rankings, by the way.
PPR. Always PPR. If you play standard, you're a loser.
Standard does feel extinct, right? I don't know anyone who's like, oh, I go by standard scoring. It's like, oh, well, you're probably also.
That's why they invented the half PPR for the people that are transitioning to the PPR.
I could get down with the
half
PPR.
points.
No, that's why they invented it.
For people
That's
like,
why they invented it.
It's the people that are transitioning towards PPR.
if you don't want your team to lose by 100 points, half points probably better for you.
You used to play in a league where you had to get 5 catches to get 5 points.
That was I figured that league out quick. 2-time back-to-back champs. 2011, 2012.
All right, I'm kicking it off my tier 1. 5 players in my first tier. These are all guys who I would not mind drafting at the back of the first round or even a couple in the beginning of the first round. Cooper Kupp, number 1. Even if he sees 3 less touchdowns, I think he could still outscore everybody. Justin Jefferson, number 2. Stephon Diggs, number 3. Jamar Chase, 4. And Devontae Adams to round out the first tier at number 5. If I'm not mistaken, besides our number 1 and number 2 spot are flipped. I think we're the same, right?
Yes, we are.
You guys, I don't know if you want to run through it real quick. I don't want to interrupt.
He just basically did. The only thing I have is number 1 is Justin Jefferson.
Okay.
Okay, new coach, passing coach. And I think Cooper Kupp has a little slight decrease in work now that we have a full year with Allen Robinson over there at the Rams.
I was just briefly saying, how concerned are you with Matthew Stafford's arm injury, the elbow injury? Not at all?
No.
You know he's got to manage it all season?
Yeah, so did Cam Newton, and he played. Kind of.
It wasn't pretty.
Well, Cam Newton stinks.
Yeah, it's true. He's a running QB. We're not afraid of it.
Matthew Stafford played with a broken neck. You think a little stingage in the arm is going to affect his game? No, I don't think so.
I don't know.
He won that game with a broken neck.
Stafford is best friends with Kershaw, and they're gonna talk to each other.
Yeah.
They're going to talk it out?
I'm gonna show you how to manage it all year round, how to deal with the soreness.
No, I'm not crazy worried.
I dropped when I do my rankings, I have Jefferson ahead of Kupp just for that reason. Just because
it was a tough battle between the two.
Personally, I think Kupp should be second just because you have a full year with Allen Robinson there.
Well,
the whole year.
It's been a while since I've seen Allen Robinson even.
I know, but he didn't there was nobody there with Cooper Kupp until OBJ.
Robert Woods.
He didn't
Jefferson.
exist.
He wasn't I don't know. He's not Robinson.
You could argue he was better than Allen Robinson for a couple of years there.
Yeah, I mean,
He wasn't.
He had over 1,200 yards, 1,100
He's
yards.
not calling for the ball like Robinson is. Let's say that.
Van Jefferson
I
had 90
disagree.
targets last year. They were targets to go around. They throw the ball a ton there. That's why I had Cam Akers more down on my list. They do throw the ball more than they used to. It was a tough decision between Kupp and Justin Jefferson. Because at the end of the day, do I think Kupp's going to score 1 million touchdowns like he did last year? I don't know. Probably not. But he's still going to score 12, 13 touchdowns to still get 160, 170 targets. Because he's the guy in that town.
Yeah. The only concern is really just if Stafford's arm holds up, which there doesn't seem to be much
My
concern
is
yet.
how many more times Kirk Cousins is going to get COVID. But it's the 5th time he's had COVID.
I tweeted out, I was like, this has to be the 4th time he's had it. Because I remember the year we played COVID football, he had it twice that season.
Yeah.
So, he's got to be going on 4 or 5
The
times.
craziest part, before we move on, is that Kellen Mond, the backup, refused to get vaccinated. That is the freest job if you want it, dude. Like,
So neither guy wants to get vaccinated or play.
yeah.
Well, if you get it though, you still have to sit out, regardless of
Yeah.
vaccinated or not. But
Like, it's just a step up, and
Soon that won't be a thing.
yeah, I agree. But just food for thought if you're a young guy coming up.
I don't even think they test unless you feel actually bad.
they don't unless you actually are sick. You
yeah,
have to
so
report
in the
it
league,
yourself.
it's just like, you know what? If I have a fever or
Nice.
you have a stomach ache or something, go get tested.
Call that progress.
It'd be very difficult to play through COVID. Very difficult. As someone who had it, I couldn't even get out of bed. So
You're a bitch.
Yeah, you are a bitch.
Fair
You're a known
enough.
bitch.
fair enough.
I have not had it.
If I had it, I would be. You know what? I have diabetes. I'll ball.
Yeah.
Don't matter.
Damn right. We still be playing golf. No
yeah,
problem.
easily.
It's too parody. I was gonna say, what quarterbacks would play through COVID? Brady.
Yeah.
Trying to think.
Brady
anyone
played a
else.
hurricane.
Cousins,
You think Cousins would play through it?
100%.
If they let him, he would.
Wentz, he would.
No, absolutely. That guy's
No,
made of
no,
glass.
he doesn't have the
He's
vaccine.
tough.
He's not.
Yeah, but he's made of glass.
Yeah, but he wears the mask. He's all about it.
Who'd be the biggest bitch about it?
He'll let
Tua.
you know. No, he'll let you. Tua.
Tua. Yeah.
Tua,
He's from Hawaii. You know
Dak-
the rules and regulations.
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott would be a top 5 quarterback if he had COVID.
Aaron Rodgers, he'd play through it, I guess.
Mm.
Funny. Trevor Lawrence would play through it, right?
No, not at all.
Wilson has mono probably soon. So all those milfs. So
All right, move on to tier 2.
tier 2. I'm gonna start it off. I have at number 6. I have Keenan Allen, CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, Deebo Samuels, AJ Brown, DJ Moore, and Tyreek. That's going from 6 to 12. So there's 6 players there in my tier 2.
All right, my tier 2. Mike Evans at 6, CeeDee Lamb at 7, Keenan Allen at 8, Deebo at 9, and T. Higgins at 10. Tyreek Hill, not make my tier 2.
Mm.
2 is stinks.
2 is still stink, but it's still Tyreek. So
Yeah, I mean, I have him at 11, so it's fine. I'm not as low as I thought it was going to be, just kind of based on the potential big game he has. But a couple things. I think Mike Evans is in for another monster year. He's one of the 2 players that I'll have a future on to score the most touchdowns. The O-line's banged up early. They're not going to be able to run the ball a lot. They'll be relying somehow more on passing the ball than they were last year. Tom Brady's going to throw the ball 700 million times this year again. CeeDee Lamb is the only guy in Dallas, and he's a stud. Keenan Allen, year in, year out, he finishes between 6 and 10. Year in, year out.
yep, Mr. Consistent.
Yep. For Deebo, I wouldn't be surprised if he's back in the top 5. Lance, we need to see how good he really is. If he can get the ball to him in the air, not just on the ground like Kyle Shanahan wishes Deebo would do. And injury history still kind of scares me. So
For who?
For Deebo.
Yeah, Deebo and AJ Brown. They're both my for this tier 2. They're like the biggest risk going with them. Everybody else is safe.
Yeah. And then round it out with T. Higgins. T. Higgins is just as good, if not better than Jamar Chase is.
I love it.
I mean, it's a fact.
It's a fact.
He's
Facts
the
are
possession guy. He's the volume guy. Last season, T. Higgins averaged 15.6 fantasy points per game. Got a great stat about 100 snaps per point right here. T. Higgins, 39.9 fantasy points per 100 snaps. Jamar Chase, 40.0. Doesn't get better. Doesn't get closer than that.
Caden's the best thing.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
An average, a little statistic. We talked about it a couple weeks ago, I think. Like teams that support 2 wide receiver ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's an average of 1.3 teams per year.
Support 2 wide
receiver ones.
Top 10 wide receivers. Yeah.
Like, and it was like 8 point something support 2 wide receiver 2s, and yeah, just a little stat for you.
It's interesting.
Yep. Mike, you have anything about your guys?
DJ Moore, he's quickly rising on my board. I love what I see with Baker and him. His reports, all reports on Baker. Baker's going to be the starting QB there, and he's featuring DJ Moore like crazy in that offense.
Didn't you send me a text over the weekend that Matt Corral was going to be the starter?
No, I didn't.
Who said that? Was
I
that
didn't
you?
say that.
I didn't send that to you.
Well, I don't know. I thought no.
We got to
No,
pull up
I
the
didn't
group chat
send-
on this.
I didn't send nothing
I
about
definitely
Matt
did.
Corral.
I didn't even see Matt Corral play over the weekend, so there's no way I sent that.
Pretty sure.
Someone
I
did.
can't
Someone
even-
did
Someone
say
said
that.
it.
I just
and
wanna
it
say-
wasn't me.
I can't even spell Matt Corral, so it wasn't me.
We'll come back to it when I find it.
Okay.
Anyway, DJ Morris rising on my board. I think he could beat out up to Debo Samuels. And
Wow,
That's high praise. I just want to say, DJ Moore, no matter what the volume is, has finished nearly the same every single year. He has 4 touchdowns, just over a little over 1,100 yards, and last year he had 163 targets, and he still finished the same stats the prior 2 years.
He's gonna get touchdowns this year.
Maybe
I wouldn't be
Maybe.
surprised if they're surprise playoff team.
Baker. I don't think this is even a hot take. I think is clearly the best quarterback he's played with.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When you look
absolutely.
at everyone he's dealt with,
Yeah.
Darnold, Cam with one arm, PJ Walker. Yeah,
It's just
it's a pretty bad list.
they're probably if you put like Darnold and Baker in like Darnold's a way better like the actual QB, but Baker has more field sense, and that's just gonna go sky's the limit. He's gonna be able to like make quick decisions. He'll be able to do that extra play that is gonna go to DJ Moore, especially the touchdowns.
I don't even know if I agree with that. I just think Darnold's terrible.
Darnold like arm
Yeah, he's not
talent
good.
and athleticism. If you put him there against everybody, he would be there.
Maybe athleticism, arm strength. I don't know. You think his arm's that much better than Baker? There's a reason why I think
His
Baker
arm
went
talent
ahead.
it's 10 times better than Baker.
It's
I
not.
don't
It's
know.
like maybe 2 times better. It's definitely not 10 times better.
It's definitely better than Baker.
I think it's pretty close.
I mean, they
Interesting.
both make terrible choices on the field. You know, they don't.
Yeah.
Neither one of them make good decisions while playing quarterback.
I remember the one year when Freddie Kitchens was the offensive coordinator for Baker.
Oh, God.
There was like that stat: if he threw the ball in under 2 seconds, it was like an interception, like 1 out of every 5 throws. It was like the worst like decision
But that's
maker in the world. Yeah, I know. I think Baker still could be pretty good. I agree with you, Mike. I like DJ Moore. He is starting to like.
He's starting to rise for me.
Yeah.
I had him in my tier 3, and then he's in my tier 2 now. Start off my tier 3. I have T. Higgins, Scary Terry, Brandon Cooks, Michael Pittman, Waddle, Mike Williams, and Darnell Mooney. That is it, and that goes from rank 13 to 19.
All right. By the way, just for the record, I could not find.
Because I didn't say it.
But I'm
Someone
not wrong.
said
Somebody
it.
said
Someone
it this
said
week.
It
It's
might have
not-
been Hutch. It might have been
okay,
Hutch.
exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's wrong
No.
friend group.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
We're
Someone
gonna say
said it.
somebody said it,
Okay,
and
they're
it's
on
something
crack.
dumb that you would say.
yeah.
That's kind of what we were getting at.
That no,
But you
because
give
I
out those hot takes. all
I
the time.
follow where the money goes, okay? And he has free money on a 3rd round QB. Well, he's not playing until a couple of years maybe.
All right. My tier 3. These are guys who I think still have some question marks. A couple elderly guys who are still studs. You know, a little bit of both. Tyreek Hill, number 11. I'm not convinced that 2 is that guy. Just not. He's very talented on a team that should be in a bunch of close games, so they might still have to throw the ball a decent amount. And he's got very big playability. But he's also he's got very high highs and very low lows. Tyreek had 8 games last year where he finished outside the top 40 with Patrick Mahomes. Now he's got Tua. You think that number goes up or down? I think it goes down.
I think also I think this is going to be one of the most disappointing offenses. Like it really could go that way where like production wise, maybe they like win a lot of games, whatever, but production wise, I think we're going to look back at like how did they not have like 3 guys go for 1,000 yards receiving?
Number 12, I've got Michael Pittman. Number 13, I've got A.J. Brown. I have him a little bit lower than you do, Mike, just because I don't know how much they're truly going to throw the ball. Number 14, Mike Williams. Guy Mike should have kept. Big playability, top 5 offense, stud young quarterback.
Only plays around 6 games good.
Usually plays 12 games a year. That's, just good and bad. That's why he's number 14, not number 5. DJ Moore. Yeah, I do agree he should be rising up people's boards, but there is a limit because of the quarterback play that is there. Like, yeah, Baker's the best guy there, but is that really saying a lot?
We're gonna see.
We're going to see.
Yeah.
That's my question.
I'm betting the over in their wins. I swear to God, I think they could be a playoff team, surprise playoff team.
We'll see how much Baker's arm injury was true and false.
The over under for Baker's total yards thrown is 37.50.
What is he?
Low.
What is he
It
average?
feels low.
I actually think he averages less than that, but
But he was also on the Browns. They run the ball.
Yeah, they were.
You don't think they'll run the ball with CMC?
Until he gets
assuming
hurt.
he stays healthy and that they're winning games. He's actually only topped that marker once in his career.
So clearly Vegas has something on this.
Well, I think they're just looking at law of averages, right? Yeah. I mean, Baker's he's thrown it over that once. Yeah. They're going to be presumably a bad team. Not a bad team,
A competitive team,
but competitive team that's trailing.
Yeah, exactly. Number 16, I've got Michael Thomas.
Riser.
Yeah, very big riser. Mike stole him from me in the draft. These reports that are coming out in camp is that Mr. Slantman is all the way back. There's no doubt that he's playing this year. Puts a large tarnish on my Jarvis Landry take earlier in the year, but this did happen. We knew this could happen.
It definitely does put a tarnish.
It does. Nothing I can do about it. Number 17, I got Brandon Cooks. He's part of the elderly studs. He's gonna get you a minimum 900 yards.
What?
Yeah. Well, no, he does. So.
Go ahead.
What makes you so confident that Michael Thomas returns to the 19 form?
He's still a stud.
But no Drew Brees going on Jameis.
He didn't like Drew Brees. He's not a Drew Brees fan.
He said bad things.
Yeah.
Racist things.
A lot of racist
things.
He had to apologize publicly.
Yeah.
And then he got a job in the booth.
Oh, you're talking about Brees said about Thomas? Or are you talking about...
They were both saying some stuff.
I just don't know if I'm convinced Jameis.
I think Jameis just lets it loose.
Does he?
I hope so.
No, he does, because
he hasn't. He's a little bitch last year.
Last year they barely threw the ball.
I know. I think this year they're going to. Who are they going to throw the ball to last year? How many times are we going to talk about this? They're throwing the ball.
We understand that.
Callaway.
But it was even the attempts were low.
But
and they were playing down, right? No, they weren't. Their defense is good. Their defense is good. So, I mean, good defense, more possessions.
Yeah, Jarvis is way down for me. Olave's down. Just how my rankings shaped out. Michael Thomas is still the guy there. Then, if he's playing and he's healthy.
I mean, I agree. I just have him a little bit.
Yeah, I see. It's not too far off. I don't think. Where do you have him?
22.
Yeah, it's not. 6
picks.
spots. It's like a fantasy point and a half.
I think it's interesting, Mike. You only have Jaylen Waddle 5 spots below Tyreek Hill. You have him pretty close.
Oh, he's gonna.
I think there's 1 too.
He doesn't like where I have Jaylen Waddle for sure.
Yeah,
I don't see. I don't care about people that don't know fantasy. So
it's crazy. It's crazy.
I am the wide receiver god. So
Okay.
I know how to play, how the wide receivers go.
Sorry, that's Mike's phone telling him he's lying to himself.
Yeah.
I'm just what's the reasoning? Why are you so confident that?
I see. All right.
That?
All right. No matter what, Waddle's going to be the guy with possessions. He's going to have more targets than Tyreek. Tyreek always excels, regardless about having. He doesn't even at Kansas City. He didn't have a exception of targets. He was just effective with his targets.
Well, last year he topped 160.
Okay, before that.
Before that, it was like 130.
Okay, and that's what I see him getting 130, 140, and Waddle's going to still. I'm telling you, Waddle is going to be the possession wide receiver, and Tyreek is going to be that deep play, that scramble play. And watch, I'm telling you, Tua still sucks, but Tua is still throwing 70%, and you know what Waddle's going to do? He's going to catch the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also need Waddle to score touchdowns.
I'd have a touchdown reduction, but still have better yardage. More catches and more
it's
yardage.
6 last year.
Yeah.
Waddle. I mean, maybe he gets 7 this year.
And to say that Tyreek doesn't take coverage away from Waddle is absurd. It has to be.
Yeah, and they still have Gesicki.
And they doubled Waddle last
Gesicki.
year. But they doubled last year, Waddle.
I don't know.
He got doubled. By the end of the year, he was getting doubled.
Interesting.
17's way high.
I just feel like maybe I just don't have a lot of faith in Tua. I feel like him supporting those two.
I've been pouring the Kool-Aid for him.
They're difficult. They're difficult.
That's really what it comes down to. Is like I've seen enough of Tua where I don't believe in him to be that quarterback that can support two solid wide receivers. But I have them both lower. I love Waddle, and I love Tyreek. I hate Tua. Hate the offense.
It's okay.
They play one of the slowest offenses in the league. Very slow.
You also forget that they changed coaches.
Probably most likely a run-heavy team.
How can you have?
You have 9
Debo?
running backs. You have 9 running
Debo
backs.
so high.
Because he's a running back.
We're gonna see. Where do you have Ayuk? 33.
33.
Okay.
Here's a quick question.
You have Waddle at 26. So clearly, you're basically saying that you're the same thing.
Yeah, on a better team, better coach.
Here's a question for you.
Who's more likely to be a starting quarterback in 2023? Jalen Hurts or Tua Tagovailoa?
Jalen Hurts.
Hurts.
You think so?
Yeah.
I just think it's interesting.
I don't know the Eagles draft picks. I don't think they have enough stuff to go move up. So.
Jalen Hurts is going to.
And Hurts is still a second round QB. You're gonna hold on to him for another 2 to the end of his contract, no matter what.
Tua, this is make a break for him, just like it is for Daniel Jones.
Yeah, because they're just not gonna. Did they re-sign the 5th year?
Of who? Of
Tua.
Tua?
It's the same draft, no?
I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure what draft they were both in. I think Hurts last year was his second year. Yeah, it might be the same draft then. Yeah, you might be right.
Well, you're gonna know. All right, let me go through the next one. 4th, I have DK Metcalf. In the 4th, tier 4, sorry. So it starts with 20, DK Metcalf. 21, Sutton. 22, Michael Thomas. 23, Rashad Bateman. 24, St. Brown. 25, Allen Robinson. Oh, that's it. Sorry. St. Brown's the last one. So I have 20 to 24. 4 players. 5 players.
My tier 4 list is way longer.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that group of wide receivers you're taking in your draft, and like anywhere from round 5 to round 8. You know, it's all guys who they're coming off the board. You know, you got your running backs, you're ready to go. So I'm kind of breaking it up to kind of where Mike is. I'm just kind of keep pace with him. Number 18, I've got Cortland Sutton, new quarterback, unknown situation. One of those Denver Broncos beat reporters. Please tell us what's going on. Somebody. I think he's bigger, stronger. That's why I have him way higher than I have Judy. Number 19, Allen Robinson. Show me that you can actually play football still, and then I would love to rank you higher.
Mm-hmm.
Terry McLaurin, another guy. Love Terry McLaurin. Hate Carson Wentz. You know, I don't really know how well Wentz will play. Terry seems like he's been quarterback proof, but the numbers declined a little bit last year, so
I think he was banged up a little bit.
Yeah,
too,
he was banged up. I mean, he's the only guy playing football out there. They don't want to let Antonio Gibson play football, so they just let this guy play football. 21, I've got Deontay Johnson, new quarterback. And the way Pickens looked, I had Deontay a little bit higher, but I bumped him down a little bit. Pickens looked really good.
He looked awesome.
He looked really good. DK Metcalf at 22. Hollywood Brown at 23. And Juju Smith-Schuster at 24.
That's what I forgot.
No, you have him. He's down there.
He's down there.
Yeah, he's down there.
You
He's
have
not
him?
too far, actually.
No, Johnson.
You don't have Deontay Johnson. Mike's good with the rankings.
Another one bites the dust.
I would still, honestly, I would put him in tier 6 for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how your tiers kind of really work, so.
Yeah, so I mean, we could tell you. So tier 1 is obviously God tier. I think you're guaranteed top 5 wide receiver. Tier 2, I think you have an upper echelon wide receiver 1. Tier 2 is wide receiver 1, low wide receiver 1, high wide receiver 2. And then tier 3 is like RB2, wide receiver 2s. Tier 3 is same
Wide receiver
thing.
twos.
Wide receiver twos, kind of on the brink of threes, and then so more. And then our upsides.
All right. Reports from back to Juju. Reports from Chiefs camp is that he's the clear
He's
cut
the
wide
man.
receiver 1.
Yep.
I love that because we talked about it past couple of years. Can Juju be a true number 1? The caveat with this is that he's not.
Yeah.
He's the wide receiver 1 on this team, but Kelsey's is the number 1 option. So I think he could have a top 15 season. It's possible.
He's had a top 5 season.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
joining this new team, I think it's possible. Once again, we've said this. I've said this before. I should fix my statement. I've said this before, and then I've been very wrong. I don't think I'm wrong again, though.
I'm just laughing because you have that clip that actually went pretty viral of you talking about him and Mecole and how you were all over Mecole.
I like Mecole, but
the thing is, not everyone could eat.
Let me tell you, we've already said this. I said this last year. There's only whoever the wide receiver 1, whoever the wide receiver 2 is for the Kansas City Chiefs is not above ranked 42 in fantasy. Never has been as Mahomes wide receiver. That's a fact. So I don't know if Juju is number 1, he will be there. He will be the guy. And guess what? The rest won't matter.
There's a lot of the ball's gonna be spread out a lot besides the Juju and Kelsey.
Yeah.
Those are gonna be the guys, and then I think everyone else is gonna be sprinkled in.
That's exactly what it is all the time.
Yeah. And I think
You have to just pick the number 1 guy.
Mike and I were both on the same page when we talked about the Chiefs earlier this year.
Yeah.
We both like Juju to have a top 15 season.
I mean,
Mike didn't rank him like that, but I still think he finished definitely top 25.
Yeah. I didn't rank him like that.
The reason why, because I still don't know if he is going to be the number 1.
You think anyone who's competing with Valdez-Scantling,
Nope.
Mecole, Sky Moore?
Sky Moore's running with the threes in the fourth quarter of preseason, dude. He's not that
still
guy.
balling.
He's not that. Yeah, against me and you playing cornerback.
He's a good gadget player. I think until he needs to develop more. But I think it's pretty clear Juju's the number 1 wide receiver.
I guess it's I mean, there's just I rather take other people.
And Mecole's right outside of what we're going to talk about today. So he's probably the first or second guy I'm talking about tomorrow next week.
No, he's not for me.
That's
for you,
fine.
maybe.
You can talk about whoever you want, Mike.
All right, we're gonna start 5.
Jeez, we're just skipping the rest of
No,
four.
my
Oh yeah, so many 4s.
I have 4.
All right,
but
you
my
guys, this whole thing is
my
4s.
tier list is different, so
All
I'm
right,
just keeping
go.
track with him. Go ahead, you go with your 5.
No, go.
Well, I do want to say I have seen reports that Cortland Sutton is the touchdown machine, which a lot of us thought.
Alright.
Cortland
Denver.
Sutton is to me. I want to just keep pushing him down and down and down.
Why? What makes you want
Because
to push
he
him
just
down?
doesn't like him.
I don't like him.
What don't you like about him?
I never liked him.
Where do you have Sutton?
He hasn't
I have
21.
my 21.
Where do you have Judy?
He has
Lower.
29.
29. Where do you have Russell Wilson? 7?
It's not there. Hold on, I'll pull it up.
I mean,
That's nice.
9.
That's not
9.
crazy.
9. Okay, no,
that's
it's fine.
not
That's fine.
crazy. Yeah,
I have.
I'm just trying
Listen.
to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out.
yeah, that's fair.
This
I'm
is gonna
just
be a run.
honest question.
I'm telling you, that offense is gonna be run first.
No.
Yeah.
Run
Yeah.
first. You have Williams, all over here. If not Williams, then you have the other
Melvin Gordon.
Gordon.
Guy about to take 40% of snaps.
Come on. You can't have both. You can't have Williams going high and then have Sutton and balling out.
I don't have Williams anywhere near the rest of the world.
I'm just.
That's
saying.
why. That's my.
Well, I don't have Williams balling out because I still think it's going to be whatever 60-40, 55-45. So
51-49 like it was last year, and then they have the identical stats.
I don't know. I think you're crazy to hate on Sutton. I think he's.
We already every year you suck the Broncos' dick. Doesn't matter if it's defense or offense. You like the horse cock.
The horse.
Every year you're on the wagon
I'm on the wagon every year.
Yep.
in some way or form.
Some way or form. It's really just been their defense. There's no one else.
Okay,
that
but
I like.
not this year. You're on offense.
This year I like Sutton a lot. I wouldn't be shocked if Sutton got 14 to 16 touchdowns.
You know why? Because he wants to see them.
I'll take a bet that we won't have 14 to 16 touchdowns.
I think he's gonna have a good season.
You wanna? I bet you he doesn't have 14 touchdowns.
I'm not gonna bet that because I would just.
I
take
will
the
be
over
betting that on my
whatever.
own sports book,
Yeah.
not with you though.
Not with you.
Yes, that was my other guy.
Go ahead. Go to
Tier 5, Mike, and
Yeah.
Billy could break down the rest of his
Tier 5, Amari Cooper. Cooper can go down a lot more if Watson is suspended. If he's not, if he comes back, he's going to go up a little bit. Chris Godwin, injuries. That's why he's here. Hopefully, he doesn't miss that much time. Jerry Jeudy, I already said Juju at 28. Then 29 is Jerry Jeudy. 30th, that's it. That's all for 5.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, that's fine. I have Rashad Bateman at 25. This is still my tier 4. Just a bunch of guys in here. This is like your core wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, flex plays. Jaylen Waddle at 26. Don't trust Tua. Drake London at 27, only because there's a rookie wide receiver that goes off every year.
You have to have one.
And you got to have one.
That's the one you're picking.
That's the one I'm picking.
Cool.
Chris Godwin at 29. I really don't think he's going to start the season.
You skipped Mooney at 28.
Oh, did I?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah, because Justin Fields. Come on.
It's not Justin Fields. It's the offensive line.
Yeah. It's partly Justin Fields, too.
It's the Bears organization.
Yeah, it's really the Bears. The Bears get together. You have two decent players. I like Mooney a lot. I like the talent, but it's just I'm not sure. Amon-Ra St. Brown at 30. I like him a lot. I just think he's going to lose a lot of work when Jameson Williams comes back fully healthy. So I want him higher, but once again, Jameson's going to cut into the work. 31, I have Jerry Jeudy, and 32, my boy Gabe Davis.
Man, that's so high. I don't know.
Is it?
I know.
I
you're
I 32.
Yeah.
Same thing.
I wouldn't be shocked if Gabe just
Scores 10 touchdowns? Me either. Me either.
I don't know. I feel like that's close to his ceiling. That's my only.
No way.
No.
His ceiling is like around 20.
Yeah.
You think
It's so easy to be a top 30 wide receiver in fantasy. It really is.
Yep.
Well, everyone has 2 wide receivers on their team that start, so you know.
Yeah,
there's
I'm
32,
just saying.
32.
I'm
wide
just saying it's
receivers.
real easy. Why not go to the one of the most powerhouse passing teams in the league?
Kendrick Bourne was wide receiver 33 last year.
Bourne.
Played all 17 games.
Yeah, but you got to also look at points per game. I think that's where it matters most. Is the points
Cole
per game.
Beasley, same team. Doesn't score as many touchdowns. Number 39.
McKenzie's in the Cole Beasley.
Is in the slot, and we know he doesn't know how to catch a football.
Cole Beasley rule now.
Jacoby Myers, 29. You know, it's not very far fetched for probably the best offense.
Yep.
I'm not saying it's far fetched. I just don't fully buy into.
Yeah, you don't have to buy in.
And I mean,
We're talking about
Knott's been injured his whole career.
He played last year.
He was injured last
He
year.
was hurt a little bit last year, but
He's probably played he probably misses like 4 games a year.
I'm not worried about people getting hurt, anything like that, like Mike does.
And that's the only competition.
Yeah, because Jamison Crowder seems to be out.
Yeah, he seems. I mean.
Oh,
look,
didn't
don't
I
make the
say he was gonna be?
roster, but-
Whoa! You guys all made fun of me, like, "Whoa, Crowder!" I said, no, watch. It's going to be McKenzie that takes over that role, and I was right.
It's
You
not that I.
You guys think I'm wrong? I
No.
read. I can't speak and I can't write, but I can read. All right.
I didn't think that you were wrong. I just refused to believe it.
And I'm
I
right.
hate Isaiah McKenzie with a passion.
I thought you were wrong, straight up. I didn't think Jameson Crowder could lose his job to Isaiah McKenzie, a guy who returned punts for the last 3 years. I didn't think it was possible.
Look, Mike's reading again.
I
didn't think you were wrong, because there's some reason why the Bills keep bringing that guy back.
They have brought him back about 3 times.
Yeah,
now.
they sign him for 1 year, and they bring him in again, and he's returned punts again, and maybe he just can't fully grasp the playbook, and that's why he never really saw the field.
I think that's why the guy in Washington switched and went back to Washington. What's his name? The running back.
McKissick,
Just kidding.
because he was like, "Oh shit,
Because
Isaiah McKenzie."
Yeah, I swear to God, they're the same
Isaiah
thing.
McKenzie.
They're the same thing.
No, one's a running back, one's a wide
Yeah,
receiver.
but they're both like the tiny little guys.
I saw a stat. This was pretty crazy about wide receivers in fantasy. I'm not going to remember it to a T, but it was drafting a wide receiver in the 9th round and later. Only 4% of those players finish within the top 30.
Okay.
And I landed all of them.
Here we go. This guy.
That's true.
I couldn't believe that. I was like, there's no way, because I feel like there's always such great
No,
value.
I think you're the best running back. The best wide receivers go between 4 and 9.
That's
Or
kind of
8.
why
4 and 8.
That's why my
That
tier
makes sense.
4 list is huge.
If you look at like it goes like obviously I think wide receiver 1 is a lock usually.
He's throwing that word around a lot.
No,
today.
like
a
like,
lot.
Like if you tell me like if you pick all of these people in my tier 1, they're all gonna be top 10 wide receivers, guaranteed.
I mean, injury.
Guaranteed.
Unless injury.
All 10 of these guys
Unless
just
injury.
got hurt.
Unless injury, they're all top 10 wide receivers.
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
just
there's 6 of
jinxed
them.
him.
Devontae Adams just tore his Achilles walking out of the car when you said
Why are you picking
that.
my player? Why are you picking my player?
Because you're the one wishing bad juju.
You're the one saying this shit.
Yeah. There's a lot. I'm telling you what. In our group, there's been a lot of lock thrown around lately. We need to cool that down.
We need to ban that word.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're going to start bleeping it out on the podcast. This is
Right.
getting ridiculous.
That's worse than cursing. You're literally.
How dare you?
Dare you?
Lock and guaranteed in one
Lock and
sentence.
guaranteed.
Unbelievable.
All right, I'm going over tier 6.
Go ahead.
Number 1,
He's locked in.
locked in. He should be going higher. Brandon Ayuk. 31, Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, however you want to say it. 32, Gabriel Davis. 33, Elijah Moore. Don't be afraid of Wilson's been injured. It doesn't matter. 34 is Christian Kirk. 35 is Adam Thielen. And 36 is Robert Woods. Bang.
Did you just say Brandon Ayuk should go higher after shitting on me for having him at 33?
I didn't shit on you having him.
Like, where do you have Brandon?
No, I shit on you for the idea of like they're basically the same offense with Tua and 2 wide receivers. That was what I was saying.
I don't know about that. But,
I think Brandon Ayuk is the best because I would bet that Debo gets hurt. That's just. And
I mean, that's what you're banking on.
Well, I'm not banking on it.
That's what I thought last year.
He's also gonna last year he was in doghouse. He is not in
No,
doghouse.
I'm just talking about as far as like Debo.
Yeah.
You guys would shit on me for trading him. I can't. He's gonna get hurt.
I shit on you because you traded a pick for a wide receiver that you couldn't keep. So that's not.
I was
it.
going for a championship.
All right, sure. Anyway, I think he's the best wide receiver to have in this bunch.
But you feel that good about? I mean, you really are banking on a Debo injury because
I'm not banking.
way
I'm telling you,
Trey Lance is supporting all these guys.
He
Trey Lance.
No,
is
because
balling out.
I could see Debo greatly doing a lot worse. I don't know if that makes sense. Greatly doing a lot worse as being a wide receiver, but I can see him being a great running back.
I don't know that he's gonna see that same product same.
Oh, of course he
running
is.
back.
He's gonna see his
contract.
He's
now.
gonna see his contract incentive.
Shout out to his lawyer for being the worst lawyer on earth.
Yeah.
Not reading that contract.
And
at all.
and Ayuk, guess what? Guess who he was practicing to the whole time was Ayuk. Ayuk was fucking in the doghouse and
yeah, second team last year.
I doubt they're gonna throw it enough for Kittle, Debo, and Ayuk to have top 30 receiving seasons. That just doesn't sound like a.
Well, we
Kyle
went over,
Shanahan
and then
offense.
all reports are telling me that Ayuk is balling. So
yeah, no, it's not
So
that.
was last year.
It's
No.
not.
Last year
he's
they
in a doghouse.
No,
They-
last year in preseason they compared him to Devontae Adams.
I didn't read
yeah,
that.
it was crazy. The thing with Kittle is though, we went over and we talked about tight ends. He needs 4 games to be a top 5 tight end.
I'm saying top 30 receiver. I'm not saying.
No, but like as far as throwing the ball enough, like he just needs to be in there for 4 or 5 games, and he's gonna score 40 points a game. That's what he does every
40
fucking
points.
year.
Yeah, but I was talking about them all finishing top 30 as a receiver. Like,
Yeah.
next to tight end group, just put it right in with receivers. I just have my doubts. I think Trey Lance is going to run a lot, personally. But
You saw him in preseason. He balled out.
yeah, okay, he played good in the preseason game against backups.
Listen,
this isn't.
I watched the preseason, balled out, and it confirmed what he was doing in practice. So what else? What else do I have to do?
Some coaching staffs are much more clear with what they're trying to do than others. We've
I
been trying to tell you.
also would not believe everything Kyle Shanahan says because I'm telling you last year
That's fair.
Brandon Ayuk was hyped up to the fucking moon. He
No.
went in the 3rd round,
Yeah,
Mike.
for you guys, I didn't say to take him in the 3rd round.
No,
Yeah,
but
for you guys.
You said I read, and then Brandon Ayuk was compared to Devontae Adams. I never read that one. Like,
I didn't read that
you
one.
fucking live under a rock?
No,
I would
you only
not
read
because I would have
things.
ignored that hyped up shit.
And then this year you pay
That's
attention to
that's
it.
some
What?
Barry. No, because this is off the side.
Oh, this is different. This is my opinion.
You were listening to what's his name, Barry,
Barry.
whatever.
Who's Barry?
Who's the guy?
Who?
Matthew Barry.
Matthew Berry.
Matthew Barry isn't the one who was hyping him up.
Last year, probably.
No.
That was probably his boy last year.
Oh my
That's why he's off ESPN.
Yeah, shout out to Matthew Barrett being shitty.
No, he got the bag.
Of course he got a
from
bag
NBC
for being the
or whatever.
lamest fucker ever. For me, beginning of tier 5, I have Brandon Ayuk once again. He's just hyper talented. He is. There's no doubting that. Amari Cooper at 34. Don't know who the quarterback's gonna be. Don't really trust him anyway. 35 Elijah Moore, and 36 Christian Kirk, who will probably end up way higher.
No Robert Woods?
No,
Wow, okay.
I don't trust Robert.
Yeah,
Woods.
I just don't
I
trust
don't-
the injury.
I don't.
Well, he said
I don't trust the injury. I don't trust the Titans team as a whole. I don't know what I'm getting at.
I think Robert Woods it's
I don't know
really
Trey
gonna
Line
put-
or him in the top
is
four.
Wait. You're not going to tell me that Robert Woods is good after you just told me he wasn't shit next to Cooper Kupp for all
Woods
these
wasn't
years.
If you're number one on the wide receivers, then he wasn't number one at the wide receiver.
You're not going to tell me he wasn't
Targets.
good and then tell me he's good.
And Burke is his only competition, who has asthma and running the wrong plays.
He's not going to be a starter to start the season. It looks like.
Doesn't look good.
I want to say if you draft Amari Cooper above his ADP, I'm not saying you guys ranked him higher than that. You're a psycho for really believe you
Reaching.
must really believe Deshaun Watson just does not get suspended if you draft Amari.
He does the same thing Mike Williams does, and he balls out in the beginning of the season and dies.
Yeah, but now you're talking about ball him out with Jacoby.
No, I
Brissett.
agree.
Yeah, and then
like-
he dies, and then
No,
the good quarterback comes to play,
Yeah.
and then he's not there.
he's
That's
he's
what-
already dead.
That would be the most Amari thing ever, right? Watson missed half the season. He balls with Jacoby Brissett.
Dies.
Watson comes back, doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Most Amari thing ever.
Yeah, I don't. I've been an Amari hater for multiple years.
He's
now,
still
so.
young too. I think he's like 28, right?
Yeah.
I get that
He's a
from you.
he was a
Joe.
baby.
I get this Amari hate from you. Just
No,
Can't-
but I was his biggest supporter up until his
Till
second
he-
year in Dallas. His second year in Dallas is when I was like, no, he doesn't try sometimes. He just doesn't try. I don't know what it is.
Believe it or not, he's a lot like Juju.
Yeah, similar player.
Similar.
player.
Came in the league at 2019 on that borderline. I think they're both the two youngest wide receivers, the first round picks.
Maybe.
I don't. Juju was the first round
Maybe
pick.
second.
I just want to say Steelers are literally wide receiver you. Like it's actually absurd
We're
how they
offense
get
you,
a
man.
wide receiver
Offense.
every.
we
fucking,
just
like, 2
somehow
years.
always hit, and then just never draft no one. So we'll never be the greatest team ever.
It is actually insane because like someone was like after the Pickens, we saw him in preseason. They're like, does the Steelers even pay Deontay Johnson? Like, does he see the end of his contract before he's traded? And I was like, how fucking crazy is this that they get another guy? Like Claypool is even gonna play, and like he's not even that
he's
bad
not.
of a player.
He's really not.
It's like Jesus.
He hung out with Juju too much, and he's doing TikToks like crazy.
Like if you watched Pickens in college, you know he's a dog. You know that's like he's a Steeler. Like I loved that pick. Kenny Pickett, I didn't love it, but he's growing on me. He's growing on me.
He played good.
He played surprisingly well for a guy with small hands.
And they got Johnson on a like cheap.
Deontay?
Yeah.
I forget what it was less than DK?
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
I think he got it for 30 something mil.
it's not bad. I want
That's
to
you.
I want to say real quick.
I was looking into the last time every team had a top 5 running back in in their team history, like NFL teams.
Yeah.
And Curtis Martin was the last time the Jets had a top
knew
5
it.
running back. But notice the best, he's not actually the Jets weren't the last time he was a top 5 running back. The Patriots in 1996 was the last time the Patriots had a top 5 running back was Curtis Martin.
Yes.
So he did
So it
it
was like
twice.
2 for
He
2,
did it-
baby.
He did it with the Jets in 2002 and then the Patriots in 1996.
Yeah,
like,
that's far too back for me. I was 4.
I was like, that's actually absurd. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Mike was what, 2 years old then? He didn't remember that.
3.
That's what he
I
said.
started playing fantasy in 2004. So, yeah, it was before even my time.
Yeah, it's way before. Mike, you got anything else?
No, that's a wrap.
All right. Well, you bet, guys. Listen here and listen good. You guys gonna like? You guys gonna follow? You guys gonna subscribe?
YouTube.
Instagram, everything. Why are you just going back to YouTube? Go to everything. Tell them
Feature
everything.
YouTube. Feature YouTube.
He wants,
Hashtag
he
YouTube.
wants the YouTube to build.
Yeah,
Don't blame
I
him.
want everything to build.
Fair.
Build an empire out here. Like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe. Like, follow, subscribe.
Smooches.